Shaved and everything for this one, and a proper shave. Like a full body shave.
Oh, I just did like
to the knee. Oh no,
that
I'm
was
smooth
as
as
much
anything.
as I could be bothered with.
No, I'm like smooth. But
Hey Mills, I like your trainers.
thanks. They're groovy, aren't they?
Yeah.
Do you know what? They actually
If I
fit.
do say so myself, yeah, they're 6.
I must be a 6 then.
Yeah. I always get a size 6 because I think I am like a 5 or 5.5, but I prefer to have bigger shoes.
Bigger shoes. No, this is like perfect space. Like I've got enough space in here.
I literally used to have this thing where I was like, if I have bigger shoes, that I'll look smaller. How stupid is that? I've never been a size 6 in my life, but I always buy size 6 trainers.
Really?
Yeah.
These fit like a snug little slug.
Well, yeah.
I
Now we
know.
can share shoes.
We can.
Yeah.
Oh my
What
god.
size are your heels though?
6.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Also, if you ever had a show day disaster, then I'm your gal. All my heels are size 6. Apart from my show day ones are a size 5 because my feet like shrink.
Oh, snatch.
Skinny toes.
You wake up show day. Yeah, the feet are good today.
Yeah.
No.
You know, it's been a good prep when you.
It's been a good prep when the
shrink.
feet drop a size.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I had that on my first show day. Not my first show day. My first season. On the way, did I tell you when I broke down on the way there?
Yeah, good lord.
Yeah, my heels snapped that day as well. So the girl who picked me up from the side of the road at my parents' there, because I was going to miss registration, I had to use her shoes, and I'm a size 6/6.5. But because of I always find with stage heels, I always have to go to a 7 just to give me enough room. But if you look at the stage pictures, you can see like my big toe just off it.
I think that's an ick.
Yeah.
When it's like, that's the edge of the shoe and your feet are like
your toes just like creeping
clawing.
out. Hello. I'm cool.
Gripping the edge of the shoe.
Please.
Don't fall.
I felt that toe go. There was one point when I span back round and it was like, and
Nice.
it came straight out.
Especially the little one, like.
Yeah, you know, it just goes off to the side. Oh, and with that, welcome back.
So, guys.
No, it's one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome
Okay.
back. How are you? Welcome back to the podcast,
Yeah,
guys. How are you this morning? Talk us through what's happened today. It's snowing
Yeah, again.
up north again.
I honestly think that I may have put too much pressure on 2025 being this like turning point brilliant thing, because I think how do we describe this first week?
Nothing short of chaos.
Yes.
For you
I thought the
especially.
trauma was staying in 2024, and
No, don't jinx it.
may long it continue.
No. We have decided that we are the problem.
We are the problem.
Because this cycle keeps coming and it doesn't stop. No matter how much I pray.
No matter how much we try.
God loves a trier.
Not that. He doesn't love us. Oh, God.
Oh, you know what I said? I'm not going to cry today.
No, don't.
You know when I said, we'll sit down and start crying?
Yeah.
Yeah, it started.
Come on, hold it together.
I've got nothing left.
We ain't got any tissues either.
8 days in. We've not got tissues. God damn.
Okay, right. Yeah, so,
whipped one out.
there we go.
Thank you. Oh, do you see that cat?
yeah, that
In
was
my
a good
left
one.
hand as well.
Should have got into...
What? Catch.
Never mind. So, my week is going really well. So, how are you today, Millie?
I'm alright, you know.
Yeah.
It's good. I can't. No.
Oh, happy tears only.
Always happy tears.
Always.
There's never tears.
We don't cry.
I cry if I've got no chocolate left on my own. Right.
I solved that problem. It's okay.
You did. Oh, yeah, that was this morning. That was what we were on the topic of, wasn't it? Should we talk about this morning and then we can go into our week?
Yes.
And break it down. So this morning, what did I had? I started the day off, which most people
do.
No. Yeah, most people wake up.
Yeah.
Most people have had to get up and defrost their car, and it's been so cold that it's been a joke.
We had -8.
-8. I've had to. I was telling you today. I'm waking up earlier, obviously, to then sort my car out before going in. I had a PT that started at 6. I'm outside with the kettle trying to unlock my car because my key won't go in. I then get into the car, I'm driving, my car then freezes from the 5 minutes down the road to the gym because I'm not far. And then I bash myself out, go and do my PT, I look out the window, oh, it's snowing, fantastic. Walk into my car, and I realise, oh, it's all frozen over again. So then I had to go repeat the process.
Yeah.
Get back, sort my life out, and then we made it here today.
It's a day of boiling many kettles.
Yeah, a lot of kettle boiling today. I had to sprint. My manager watched me as I was running in. I was like, I had to leave my car running as well when I had to drop the kettle back because I was like, I can't shut it again. So my door's open, car's in the ignition, lights are on. I've put my hazards on. I was like, no one's going to get past here. I'm more important right now. I don't care if you need to leave the gym.
Not today.
That was my morning. Quickly got ready.
Yeah.
And with all that, I was stressed. So Ham bought me chocolate to go on my oats.
Yeah.
So that was my morning.
Because when you sent the message, I've not even got chocolate, I can't have my oats, I was like, it's okay.
I got you.
We can solve this.
So that's a true friend right there.
Yeah.
That's a true friend.
Well, needs must.
Oh, I am dieting. That's been my week.
Oh, yeah.
So started my mini cut officially on Monday, but I started Friday just like a little getting into everything. It wasn't like I'd done one cardio since Friday and like my food had dropped, but it wasn't like I am starting today. Started Monday, over a kilo down.
Nice.
Which is good. I had lightest this morning and cycle started this morning, so it's all moving and grooving nicely. Dropped 100 carb, about 10 fats, 20 minutes of cardio a week, and 4 training sessions, 2 rest days, and a Pilates session that I will do on Saturday, I think.
Nice. Yeah.
That's me. That's my week.
Yeah. I mean, rolling a little bit further back for me, obviously we had Christmas and the week in between Christmas and New Year. Obviously it's like everyone gets confused anyway, but I was all over the place.
No.
So that was great. I was literally like, wow, what is going on? I didn't really want to train. I didn't really want to do anything. I was a mess, to put it short. And then, like you just said, my cycle also returned. So, yay me. That obviously explains a lot. Yeah. So that's obviously positive, but also explains why I lost my marbles.
For a bit, yeah.
For a little while.
Yeah. There was a point where it was just like, you were like, what's wrong with me? And I was like, could just be cycle related.
Yeah.
Do be like that sometimes.
So, yeah, my emotional wreck finished, which was nice. So now I feel like I'm getting back into the groove of
life,
normality. Head is screwed on, so that's nice.
That's good.
And then, yeah, obviously it flooded. There was snow.
Oh my god, yeah. So
it's now freezing.
Well, before the snow, there was the big flood.
Yeah.
So it flooded for anyone listening or
EP flooded.
Not who doesn't live like up north or whatever.
I mean, everything flooded really.
Yeah, everything flooded. What was it? The water banks broke on the river.
Yeah, I think just in general there was just way too much water.
And it was just like bam, and then obviously we know like a few friends have been properly affected by it. Like cars lost, out of flats for like at least a week at the moment, which is wild.
But then it's crazy, like on the news and everything, like in California there's like wildfires going on at the minute.
I know.
And like we've got -8 outside,
and
there's, I didn't even know if it's like hot. I mean, it must be if there's fire, but like,
no, my client said this morning, she was like, have you seen the fires? And I was like, well, yeah, but she was like, no, it's the worst it's ever been. Apparently Paris Hilton's house has been like,
it's honestly crazy. So
I was like, you know what, there's us being like, oh my god, I didn't have chocolate for my oats, and there's people being like, no, my house is on fire. So I was like, yeah, it could be worse. Could be worse. It's all
Yeah.
relative.
It is all relative, but we've sorted the chocolate now, so
Yeah, that's fine.
we're off to a
Fantastic
good week.
start.
What day is it? Thursday. Yeah,
Yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah.
We've got 3 more days left to make it count.
Let's go. No, but I'd say, I know you've had a bit of a wonky week. I think I had my wonky week leading up to the new year. Had the new year, had those couple days to reset, and now I feel like I'm in a groove where it's quite, like, apart from today was a little bit ropey.
Yeah.
It's been more of a groove, but I think I've just been bombarded with work, which is really so nice. So nice, because December was a bit quiet, but obviously everyone's come back in January. I've had 5 people sign up online. I've had 3 people in person for PTs who start either this week or next week. But I remember, like, on January 1st, because I had a shift 8 till 12, and you had a shift as well. I opened up my emails and I was like, Jesus. And it was like 6 inquiries just for PT. Obviously 3 have got back and 3 haven't. And, like, I had a promotion ready to go up. And I was like, oh my God, I haven't even put up my promotion yet. And I've just, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've hit it's nice to hit, like, my online, because I have, like, goals for each month. So, like, for my online side, I would, like, hit that in my first week. And I was like, oh, this is exciting. And it's so nice to have people being... Do you know what, as well? It was people who had followed me for a while and was like, oh, no, I followed your journey. I see what you do with your girls, and I really love it. And I was like, oh, that's really nice. Just not, like... Not that I don't mind randomers, but it's people who have followed along, and I was like, oh, that's really...
And, like, they're invested in you just as much as they want to invest in themselves.
Yeah.
So it's nice because, obviously, like, you're inspiring them to, like, improve themselves as well.
Which was a shock to me, because when they said, oh, I've been followed, like, oh, I've followed them back, but I was like, oh, I'd followed you for a while, I've been watching your stuff for ages, and I was like, that, like, when I hear stuff like that, it blows my mind, because I'm like, really? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, that's why I wanted to sign up. And she was like, oh, like, talking about training, and how you are, and, like, even just getting on the call with these girls, like, just makes my day. So it was just...
Yeah.
I just love to yap, so whenever I get a consult, I'm like, oh, let's chat.
Let's have a chat.
Let's have a chat
Yeah.
and just catch up and tell me everything about you, and let's go through it. And
No, that's good.
yeah,
Yeah.
so that's been it's been a positive in that sense. It's been good.
Yeah.
It's been good.
And I guess one thing, obviously, I think we spoke about it in the last episode, but we spent New Year's Eve making our vision boards.
Yeah.
And I guess there's, like, I mean, I found that just so much fun. I loved having, like, visual representations of my goals, like, stuck down, and, like, little phrases and all of that. So I guess kind of as a continuation of that, we wanted to have a little bit of a chat about goal setting and maybe how to make appropriate goals, or just how to, like, structure this time in January, because obviously it's quite a thing, you know.
It's a chaotic month, isn't
Yeah.
it? Like, yeah, we were just talking about it the other day, and I was like, what about, well, we were thinking of, well, we were talking about different topics, weren't we? Sorry, I went off into one there, and I was just like, yeah, we were talking about this.
Goal setting.
Goal setting, back to it.
Back in the room.
Back into it. But no, we were both saying how, like, a lot of people are chaotic and want to jump the gun and set, like, 10 goals, and everyone's making vision boards and overwhelmed, and it's like, oh, blah, blah. And I actually saw the other day, it was, 80% of people don't stick to their New Year's resolutions. And we were like, it's not a new year, new you.
Yeah.
What is it? What is it, Han?
New year, same us, better us.
There we go.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
New
Oh my
year.
God, I saw this reel the other day, and it was like, new year, same me, because I was never the problem. Joke.
I sip that tea.
Yeah. Get the popcorn out. But yeah, I also wanted to, like, start by saying, you know, if you aren't feeling that positive moving into January, or maybe your start to the year has been chaotic, because I can 100% relate to that. Like, I was saying just before we started recording that, like, I think maybe I did put a bit too much pressure on the start of 2025, just with, like, everything that happened last year. I wanted to start on the 1st of January and just, like, hit the ground running and, like, feel really positive and, like, have all of these goals, and I was so motivated for that. But then when it's been one thing after another, I feel like I've just not really, like, had a moment to breathe yet.
Yeah.
So, like, while we're going to talk about setting goals and like how to structure that and how to like make January positive. Like if that isn't you right now, don't feel bad or guilty or that, you know, you're not doing what you're meant to be doing or whatever, because like I also don't feel like that. So just take a moment and, you know, you'll get there. Give yourself some time and some grace. Like basically if the year hasn't started how you thought it would, it's okay, because same.
And also just being realistic with it, like not saying that you were unrealistic, but like being realistic. And also you've not like just even if your week hasn't gone to plan, you can literally say you control the controllables, and that's all you can do. Like everything, and that's like a big lesson in life anyways, if we're going right into it, is control the controllables. If you can't get to the gym because you're snowed in and you're locked in because it's dangerous to drive, what can you do? Well, I can control what I'm eating, and I can control what I'm doing for the day, and I can take it as a rest. So that's not it's not what you planned, but it's still like adhering to some goals. It's still adhering to what you want to do. You haven't just been like, time to binge in front of the TV for the day, like you know. So it's also acknowledging your week hasn't gone to shit. It's just controlling what you can, and it's just not gone to planned. And that's life. That's not down to you. Like everything that's happened, it hasn't been like, you know, you didn't cause the flooding, you didn't cause the snow, you didn't cause your alarm to not go off a couple of times.
Oh, it probably went off. I think I just ignored it.
That one's on you then.
Yeah, that is on me.
Yeah.
But I think it's also like made me realise as well that like I feel like all of it's been in some ways like a wake up call to actually like relax too, because I think I can get carried away with just being like, I want to do this, I want to do that, and like I'm 100 miles an hour all the time. So like obviously with the gym being closed, I was like, right, okay, I need to chill. With being like snowed in, I'm like, right, okay, just chill. So I think it's also been like a lesson in that respect, being like, right, well,
take it as a rest.
And like, okay, I can't do what I thought I could do, but like you just said, like control the controllables and just be more okay with that. Because like a couple of years ago, if I couldn't go to the gym, I would have absolutely lost my head. Like I'm still not great on a rest day. Like I will be a bit like restless and think like, oh, like what can I do? I need to do something. But this past like 9 days has, I guess, been like a stepping stone towards that, of being like, right, just fucking stop.
And also,
relax.
And also you've got such a busy couple of months like coming up, so it's like take that rest, because there'll be that in the next couple of months you've got no time to rest, and then like obviously you will, but like mentally, physically, not really. And like just take that time. So that's basically what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to some goals. We've talked about the goals that we've set for this year. But in terms of like anybody who's listening, if they're like how to set realistic goals, breaking it down. So can you achieve it in the next 3 months, 6 months, 12 months? So if it's like, say for instance, it's a physique goal and you want to lose weight, you want to build muscle. Okay, say for instance you want to lose weight, can you do that in 3 months? Depending on your situation, you don't know what to do, you don't know where to go. Okay, well if that's your goal, you need to figure out and put things in place in order to get to that goal essentially. So if it's in, and also being realistic with it, like if you want to lose 20 kilos, you're not going to do that. I'm not saying you can't, but like you're not going to do that healthily in 3 months just to be like, let's drop 20 kilos. Can this be a 6 month goal? Like map out, if you can't map that out, have assistance doing that, whether that be a coach or something like that, or even a friend, even if that's not like it's not, you're not doing it yourself on your own. That's not, you know what I mean? It's not like you're having to navigate through it by yourself, but just having and like speaking about it or writing it down and being like, this is what I want to achieve. Doesn't even matter if it's, you feel stupid. Doesn't matter if you think it's unrealistic and being like, oh, I'm not going to do it. If you put it down, then think of a time frame and think, okay, right, can I do this by myself on my own? Like, no. Okay, who can I have help me? Right, this person or these people here. Okay, how long do they think it's going to take me to do it? All right, that's going to be like around about a 6 month goal. Cool, I've got 6 months to make this change. So I could be the exact same in 6 months and not do anything. Or I could actually put things in place and change everything and be in a completely different space in 6 months. And then you'll be like, oh shit, I've actually, like, whether you've hit that goal, you'll be so much closer to it if you keep going towards it.
Yeah.
Instead of just being like, well, I'm not going to do that, am I?
Yeah.
So setting realistic goals, but also setting realistic timelines.
Yeah.
So.
And
Yeah.
being aware of, like, what it'll take to get there as well. Because I think, what's that phrase? People underestimate what they can do in, like, a couple of weeks and overestimate what they can do. No, I think it's the other way around. Anyway, you know what I'm on about.
Yeah.
Just being, like, you know, being aware of what it'll take to get there. Like, especially if it is a physique goal or, like, if it's a business goal, you know, nothing worth having comes easy or comes free, so there are potentially going to be sacrifices along the way, you know, especially if it's like a prep for a shoot or a show, like you might have to miss out. If it's more of like a lifestyle kind of thing, then maybe not. Equally, like business wise, if you've got big business goals, that's going to take up some time, so that might eat into physique goal time or might eat into like your personal time, you know, there's going to be sacrifices along the way. So yeah, just like
being aware of
it
that
out. And
and whether you want to do that as well, because some people say that you want to achieve a goal and say, and there's no shame in saying, okay, this is what I want to do, I'm going to go set out to do it, and then getting through it and going, oh, actually this is not what I want. I've realised this is not what I want, but now I feel like I have to carry it out. Like how you were saying about prep, you might start, this is why people do pre-preps now, but you might start prep and think, oh my god, this is not for me, it's not what I signed up for, it's not what I thought entirely. And like there's no shame in being like, yeah, this ain't for me, because well, it's just not. There's no because like for it. The same going of like changing goals along the way. I find like a lot of my girls have that. Like if we're going more into like the Gen Pop side, they come in and they're like, I want to lose weight, like I want to just diet down, and I just like, depending on the person as well, it's just like reminding them like no, strength training is really going to help change that, because it's, you want to change your shape. I was like, all you're going to do by dieting down and losing weight is you're going to make a smaller, softer version of yourself. I was like, and that's the whole term of, you know, toning up, isn't it? But build that muscle, go through a bit of a rebody composition. And I was like, that's when their goals change, and they go, oh my god, I really love the gym, I want to go into it. And they eventually all go through like a building phase, because then they realise, oh, to achieve the body that I want to achieve, because I get these girls sending me Instagram being like, I want to look like this, and I was like, do you think they just dieted down for this? Like they've spent a while in a surplus building that muscle, building that tissue.
I mean, I can totally relate to that, like just off the bat, because that was like essentially why I started going to the gym in the first place, because like I wanted to look a certain way, and I didn't know how to get there. And I thought it was, if I lost like body fat, that I would look like that. So it was like the person that I was like training with at the time was like, no, that's not how you get there. Like if we focused on strength and have that as a goal, like that'll help you feel a lot better. And it was only until that point, like, that I knew that was how we would get there, and obviously never looked back since. But yeah, I think it's like for you to steer people in that direction as well. Obviously, like you just said, it is like person dependent too, because obviously some people will just want to diet, but like for the majority of women, especially, like to get that look, that's what we need to do.
Exactly. Like I've just had, and speaking of like goal changing as well, like how we've both gone in, starting the gym, want to lose weight, and then realising, oh, actually I need to build. I've got one of my girls, she signed up with me like last March, I think it was, and she was on 1,200 calories. She was like, she'd never strength trained before. I mentioned her before, and I was like, we can't really lose weight. You need to be, one, eating, and two, like, let's get you to just strength training, because I promise you your physique will completely like change. And it has. And like she's not dieted once, and she spent this whole like past year building up and building up and building up. Even just to get us to a maintenance was like a little bit of time, and then above a maintenance, and now she's actually bulking. And we got to a point where she was a bit sick of food, and like obviously when you've gone from like March to December, you're getting through the Christmas period, and she's like, she doesn't have as much like guilt, which is mainly like the mindset we were talking about. So those are her goals, but then like she's got her own like aesthetic goals, which is what she originally came to me for. She absolutely loves training. Like, she's like, she wants to go to, she was like, our 1 year anniversary is coming up, so can we go to EP? And then she'll send me machines being like, I want to try this, which was like the belt squat. I was like, we'll do that, don't you worry. And she was like, I'm so excited.
Shout out EP for the best belt squat ever.
Shout out to EP just for the best little gym. Yeah. But her goals changed because we were like, yeah, we'll do an appetite reset, we'll go for a little bit of a diet in January. And then she just put in her recent check-in and she was like, I know I've been saying I've been wanting to diet, and by diet I wasn't going to put on like actual like, we were going to go through more of just like a little reset, tidy up, but she doesn't need it, and it wouldn't be for long, because she looks sick, she's still quite lean, but anyways, she put in her latest check-in and she was like, I know we've been like wanting to diet down, and like I'm really, really excited in that sense, but she was like, I really want to build, and she was like, I really want to just get back to building, and I want to grow that muscle again, because I keep pushing. I'm like, I think you'd be really good to compete, you know. And she's like, stop playing with me because I'll do it.
I also think it, like, once you start seeing your physique change for like a positive way, which is what we want as women anyway, we just want to feel positive about our bodies. So once you start building and you're like, oh, actually this is I feel
fun.
like a woman when you have like more curves and you get stronger and you just feel more and more confident. Like, I know it doesn't happen for everyone, but like hopefully the majority of people like feel better, and then you're like, actually this is like low-key addictive.
It is. She loves it.
Get me on the leg press with a cookie in my hand and like nothing else is wrong.
Nothing else matters. Like, she'll do a quad flex, like she'll try and do a PCA pose every time, like she'll send a check-in, and like because she knows how to like tense her quads, like activate her quads now, and it's just like stuff like that. She was like, oh my god, I never thought I'd do this, or like want like abs, or like it's just so fun. She was like, have you seen my back? Can you get, she was like the other day, she was like, can you just film my back so that we like, I want to see what my back looks like when I do a pull-up. And she was like, oh, that's so vain, isn't it? I was like, I'm getting all the angles, like don't be silly, let me get that contrast going. Like, I just love stuff like that. So yeah, goals can change essentially. Like, don't feel like once you've made something, you're like, oh my god, I'm committed. Like, if you've been saying you're going to do something for a while, commit, do it. If not, forget about it. But like, I think everyone loves a January because it is no better opportunity to be like, fresh start, fresh year. Commit to it.
And I think going back to what you said, like writing it down, or like finding a way to get it out of your head in a way, because I feel like if it's in your head, it's more likely to stay there, and it's more likely to not happen. Whereas if you write it down, if you make a mood board, if you tell someone about it, or if you just, you know, if you start putting the actions in place to achieve the goal, you're gonna put yourself in a better position to do it anyway, because it's like, well, now I've told someone, now it's on a vision board, like
I have to make it
you're
happen.
gonna have to like at least try. Like, obviously, again, if you don't get there, that's fine. Don't put pressure on yourself or like feel negatively if you don't get there, because like we all have years that don't go to plan, and that's okay. But like the minute you tell someone, it's like, okay, I actually need to like give this a go now.
Why I tell you all my ideas as well, because I'm like, I'm thinking of doing this, because it's just like I need to, when I get it out, I'm like, oh no, I have to do that now.
And then it's being able to like celebrate that with people too, and like you know, thinking about if it is weight loss or building muscle or something, you know, getting friends and family involved so that they can like celebrate it with you or support with you as well, because like there's nothing worse than, you know, trying to work on a goal and no one knowing, so no one being able to support you. And like, it's nice to have people celebrate your wins. Like when I said to you the other day, I was like, honestly, like your reactions to obviously the announcement of the posing seminar coming out, I was like, I literally live for those moments. So yeah, tell your friends and family, because half of the good things about achieving stuff is how people react to it.
Oh my god, the excitement,
like,
I get
screaming, crying, throwing up. I was like,
I literally was. I literally was. I feel like we need to touch on that because you've gone into it.
We'll touch on it in a bit.
Oh, okay.
Let's get back to goal setting.
Okay.
So, I mean, that was a little goal of mine.
That was a big goal.
It does tie in, but yeah. So obviously, goal setting, trying new things as a goal.
If you want to, go for it. I don't think you need to have, you know, the whole thing that's going around at the moment, 75 medium, 75 hard.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's good to a point, a lot of the girls, like when I'm coaching them anyways, when they're like, I want to do 75 medium, and we looked at it and we laughed and we're like, you're doing that already. Like, you do those boxes.
I was quite surprised when I looked at one and it was like, drink 2 litres of water a day.
I know, that's...
I'd be passed out, like dehydrated to fuck.
Yeah, but you are a fish.
Well, yeah, but... And I know that's probably like, it was more of a like Gen Pop thing, but like...
No,
we
I'm
should
the
be
exact
doing
same.
that anyway. Like,
No.
that shouldn't be part of
You'd be
the
surprised.
challenge.
You'd be surprised. Like, even when that's the biggest thing that I'll always start off with when, like, signing up clients or speaking to girls in the gym. I'll be like, water intake is the biggest thing. And they'll be like, oh, what? Speaking of which, I have
literally
this
thinking
sip,
about,
sip,
like...
slurp. No, I've been slurping on this throughout. But, yeah. And they'll be like, oh, I don't know. 3 litres, I don't think I could do it. I'm like, break it down. Think of 1.5 litres of a Volvic bottle. I want you to wake up, start that bottle up until lunchtime, after your lunch break minimum. So that's 1.5 litres. And they're like, oh yeah. And then I was like, from that till you go to bed, second one, I was like, that's 3 litres, that's minimum.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my God, yeah, I didn't think of it like that. And I'm like, yeah, and that's not including your teas or maybe a sugar-free drink or a coffee, whatever. I'm like, you do drink it, unless you're Val, who lives off of Pepsi Max.
Yeah. Or everyone on prep, to be fair.
Yeah, to be fair. Yeah.
Other drinks are available.
Please. I drank so much water and squash on prep though. Like, to the point where my kidneys hurt. I was like, this is not, I need to rein this back in.
I start getting
Electrolytes were
headaches
out.
if I don't have enough.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I would genuinely be really ill if I had 2 litres a day.
My lips dry out.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's something wrong with me if I'm not drinking.
Would not be a good thing.
No.
But yeah, I agree. The whole like 75 I didn't even know there was a medium option, but like 75 hard or whatever it is, like just
75 hard's like 2 training sessions a day, 12,000 steps.
even that, like 2 training sessions a day. Who's got time?
1 cardio, 1 training. It's just like,
what are we counting that as separate?
but every day for 75 days.
Yeah,
It's like,
have a rest.
But that's what I mean. They go for like 70, whereas like I think medium's done like on a weekly basis.
Because you'll get to the end of 75 days and be like,
"Fuck
I'm
that."
absolutely fucked. I'm not going to work out for the rest of the year. Like, that's not the point. Make realistic, sustainable goals that are actually going to get you somewhere.
Yeah, and I think they're doing 75 instead of like January, because then it continues over into Feb, so it's not like you're that statistic that doesn't like stick with their New Year's resolution. But it's like, it's like, well, that's just
a little bit crazy.
But I do think it's good in a sense of it takes you need to do something 21 times to make it a habit. So for you to stick to it for like the first 3 weeks and you're doing something like that, that's going to become a habit. And then even if you fall off and you don't do 75 hard, you'll still keep those things.
But can you imagine going to the gym for 75 days in a row, twice a day?
To train, no.
Like,
I do live in a gym though.
well, yeah. I mean, so do I. Like, I'll do steps or cardio on a rest day. But like...
Yeah, no. I'd be battered.
I'd have nothing left of me. I would be so sore. How are you meant to recover from that?
You can't. You can't.
Like, the DOMs, can you imagine?
I know.
And I mean, okay, fair enough. People might not train like psychopaths.
I was going to say,
But
yeah.
even if you're running or something, like, you're going to need a rest. Even people that are training for marathons, like actual athletes, will have a day off.
Yeah.
So let's call it like 85 hard, and then you've got 10 rest days.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Done.
I don't know, just train 5 days a week.
In it.
Eat your fruit and veg, drink 5 litres
For
of water.
365.
Yeah.
There
please.
we go. There we go.
Consistency.
Yeah, we do. We do need some consistency. But I guess it helps build the consistency. There's pros and cons to it, but I'm not like, oh my God, it's rubbish, just stick to it, blah, blah, blah. But it's pros and cons.
Yeah.
Just, I don't agree with the 75 hard. I don't think there's a need for that.
I do think January is a good time, though, for, like, trying new things.
Yeah.
Because it is, like you said, it's just, like, the start of something new, I guess.
And if it goes wrong, you've got till summer to forget about it. You've got the rest of the other year. Like,
And then you can start again next January.
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Fuck it.
Great advice. If it goes wrong, you got half the year to forget about
Just stop.
it. Just stop. Don't even bother.
Doesn't matter.
No, don't worry about it.
What if you were to start something new? What do you think you would give a try?
Out of anything, or like,
Yeah.
are we talking sports?
No, like
I feel like something arty. Like I feel like I'd start painting
Yeah.
if I was to actually like, if I had like proper time in the evening, or like I'd make time, I'd wanna. I don't know.
Because when we went to Hobbycraft the other day, I was like, oh my god, they've got like paint by numbers. There's like
that's
sequin
what went into my head.
things. Yeah.
It'd either be that or
Love to do
like
that.
music again. I'd
Yeah.
like, because I used to be able to play. Like, because I like before sports, that was my. Because I wasn't sporty, I was more musicy.
Yeah.
Musical.
Musical.
Yeah, I was more musical.
Yeah.
I used to. Oh my god, that was my actual career path at one point.
Really?
Had the whole recording and everything. Yeah, had a guitar, ukulele, little keyboard. Used to sing.
Nice.
And I'd spend my lunchtimes doing that. And then, I used to busk, play at pubs.
That's cool.
Yeah, did GCSE music and everything. But I was really dyslexic, so I couldn't actually read the music. It was really confusing.
Yeah.
So, you know, on the keyboard, when it has that little... have you seen it on a keyboard where it's got a little... when the keys all light up, when it plays a song and you play like the demo, I used to watch that for hours, and I'd note it down, and if I watched it, I never thought at the time, I could watch YouTube. I'd be like, oh, that's the key, so I'd watch it and then I'd just play it. So if I saw someone doing it, I can play it, or if I hear it, I can play it, but I can't read it.
Yeah.
It's a bit, I feel like that's a little...
I think I would take up
I feel like that's autistic.
cooking.
Would you?
Yeah.
I was about to say you can cook, but you can't.
I can't. It goes as far as like putting chicken in the air fryer.
Rice in the microwave.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
And I've been told that that's not cooking, so I would try to be a bit more adventurous. Maybe like baking or something. I'm gonna get Val to teach me how to bake.
Have you never baked anything?
I have, but
I had a real cooking era.
it's not been like that successful.
Have you ever cooked a roast?
I did Christmas dinner once.
Did you?
Yeah.
Wow.
I tried to make carrot cake muffins because I bought like a vegan pack recipe as well because I was going to bring them in. Then I was like, oh, you can have them because there'll be like no dairy in it, and they were fucking awful.
I remember
it was like the pack that they give you. All you needed to add was like, I don't know, like oil or something, and like grated carrots and walnuts, I don't know, and they were like inedible. They were bad.
Yeah.
I did try to make those in the air fryer as well, so that's probably where I went wrong.
Yeah.
I would learn how to use the oven. That's what I would do.
You know, there was a bake section. Do you have a Ninja?
It was on that, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I did do baked oats in there once, and it went from like taking way too long to bake to burnt.
Yeah, because it cooks like real quick.
Yeah, and it doesn't cook the inside. So that's
Yeah.
probably where that probably wasn't you.
Yeah.
Just the oven you just turned.
But then it was just like, they were just, you know, when something's like oily, it's like moist from the oil, like
no, been that.
So that's maybe what I would try.
Yeah, we let
Just
Val
to, like,
do the baking here.
Cook without giving myself food poisoning.
That's a good goal. 2025.
Trying something new.
Yeah.
Setting yourself up for success, or how to set appropriate goals.
Setting yourself up for success. I think that goes with the whole time frame, doesn't it? So it's like giving yourself time, because if it's you just start in, say for instance, you just start in your like first off season, and you're like, I'm gonna get a pro card next time I prep, and you've never done it before. It's like, okay, you never know, but let's be a bit more realistic. Let's set a goal, like keep it within 3 to 5 years. Like, you know, you don't know how it's going to go. You never stepped on the stage. You don't know what you're going to look like, and you don't know what the feedback's going to be. So,
because obviously there are some like crazy stories where people, you know, literally get on stage, they do a regional, they go to a pro qualify, get their pro card, and like Winter, I always forget her last name.
Winter Adams,
I think. Yeah, obviously she did the pro qualifier true, won that, got her pro card, went and did the pro show, and then qualified for the Olympia.
All in her first season.
But like, she's incredible, and obviously that would be such an amazing goal to have. But if you don't achieve that, because who else has other than her, like, don't be disappointed. So I completely agree. Like, you know, I started, like when I started with Ross, I'd already checked to see if like Han Cuthbert IFBB Pro was available on
Yeah.
Instagram as a name. But like I wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna get it this year. It was just like a long-term goal. So like time frame is everything.
It wasn't till after my first prep where I was like, oh, maybe I could do this again. This would be good. But never in my mind did I think, oh yeah, my next. Well, I knew like in years to come it would be that, and that's just, again, it's person dependent. But like, I knew it was a goal in the future.
Yeah.
And there's been points where I'm sure you've had as well where you're thinking, oh my god, am I actually going to do this? Like, am I actually going to get there? So it's those point of when you have the goals and when you have those wobbles, because inevitably you will, regardless of whether that's you've not dropped weight for 2 weeks and now you're thinking, oh shit, I'm never going to meet my target, or I don't feel like I'm progressing, or you know, whatever you've gone for, or you know, you're in prep and you're thinking, oh my god, I might as well, like my whole goal is pro and I'm just not going to get it, so what's the point? It's like, reframe yourself, you'll get there. It might not happen now, but you're setting yourself up essentially. Give yourself that time. So that's what I'd say for setting yourself up. Give yourself time.
I would also say things like environment and the people that you surround yourself with are a really important factor. Obviously not everyone can just move environment or change environment, but like where you can control it to the best of your ability. Again, I think that's one of the controllables that you can control, like who's around you, because that's also going to feed into it. Like if you're just around people that like, oh, like questioning what you're doing, or like, are you sure that's what you want to do? Like,
negative,
are you sure you're doing the right thing? Yeah. Or like if they don't believe in your goals, like I think that's one thing that like really carried me through and like still carries me through, is that like you girls, or like Ross, or like everyone that I have in my life right now, I feel like almost believes in me or like my goals more than I do at some point. So I feel like that's so important, because like when you do have those days where it's like, is this even going to happen? Like, am I good enough? It's like everyone that is around you like carries you through that. So make sure that who you're surrounding yourself with like believes in your goals as much as you do. Because that support is like invaluable.
And it's okay if you outgrow your environment as well.
Yes.
You know?
Amen.
And it's okay.
Especially if you do have big goals. Like, not everyone's going to come with you on that journey, and like accepting that, you know, if you have huge goals, you may lose people along the way. That's okay.
And that was one of the things that I really noticed during like my first prep, a little bit, not so much in my second prep, because my friends were really like supportive and they knew all about it, but it's one of those where it's like, no, those were my sacrifices and those were my goals, and you either kind of, and I think that's why a lot of us are friends in the industry, because it's, you gravitate because everyone gets it. And if it's like, you know, like say for instance, I know someone who was prepping last year, and I'd be like, I'm just checking in, how are you, blah blah blah, and it'd be like 4 days later, it was it was Jade, but she'd come back and she'd be like, hey, I'm really sorry, prep has just been like X, Y, and Z, and I'd just be like, Sam,
because like everyone like understands, don't they?
And it sounds,
when you're like dead.
And it sounds like you're so far up your ass to just like reply to someone, but sometimes it's like I'm just not even on my phone, like I'm a
you're like breathing,
crumb,
waiting for your next meal of chicken and lettuce, and then going back to just breathing.
You just, by that point when you're at the end and you've got loads of boxes to tick, like steps, cardio, things are higher, food is lower, energy is less, you still ticking and managing all the same boxes, like work, life, home, relationships. It's like you got less time for maybe interactions, or you save it for a point to be like, I'll reply back to that later, and then all of a sudden it's 4 days later. You're like, I'm so sorry.
I think another one as well, obviously going back to like just thinking about how much is involved with something like a physique goal, whether it be prep or just, you know, just changing, is like not having too many goals you're trying to achieve at once, because it's like, if you have career goals and physique goals and family goals and all of this, like the chances are they can't all happen at once. Like, you aren't really going to be able to progress your career while you're on prep, because it's so demanding. You aren't going to be able to progress as a family or function in that way.
Really, a relationship.
While you're on prep, yeah, and like that's gonna sometimes put a strain on things. So I think, you know, like managing the goals that you're setting, like at the start of the year, it's so easy to be like, I want to do this, I want to do that, and like I think that I've also done that a couple of times, just maybe had like 6 massive goals, but then when you're like, are these actually going to work together, or is it going to create more stress, me trying to achieve all of these things in one go? So try and manage it in that way too.
So, like, again, being realistic in what you can do in that time. No, I do agree, because like you said, a lot of things depend on that goal. Like, different if you've got loads of little goals, like I want to hit a 5k, lose 5 kg and do X, Y and Z in this amount of time. But if it's like, I'm gonna prep, I'm gonna get engaged, and I'm gonna move house, it's like, okay, I'm sure you can, but are you going to enjoy that process at the same time, or is it going to be
how much stress is that going to cause?
Are you going to combust?
Affect everything, because you also don't want to get through all of these things and like maybe achieve everything that you wanted to, but you've been so stressed that you haven't acknowledged it along the way.
This is what I mean. Like I was prepping, and like at the time I was so excited. I moved. I didn't realize how much of a stress it was, because that's when I started to like not lose any weight as I was moving. Then like from a couple of weeks period, like nothing was budging, no matter how much we like that. Obviously I needed a rest because I was stressed, but it was a positive stress, and I was really excited. Moved up north, and then it didn't hit me until December, because I'd been out of prep by November. I think I'd had like the initial week or two where it was just like, oh, having a bit of normal food, had a bit of normal life, getting back to training. It hit December, and I was like, oh shit, I've moved up north. I was like, oh my God, like you don't notice all the things that you've just done in that time. And I was like, oh my God, I graduated from uni. I was like, I remember just sitting there, and I was like recounting all the things that I've just done and made like all these decisions and like these goals that I'd ticked. And I was like, I can't believe I've done all this. But I'm also like, I can't believe I've just done all this. And it just blinks. So yeah, definitely space out them goals, because that was last year was a blur. Not last year, year before was a blur.
I think as well, like try and take as much of it in as you can. Like with whatever you achieve, have like memories of it, because like I'll sometimes look back, like you just said, when it gets like a bit of a blur, and you're like, oh, I did that. And like you don't always remember it at the time, because it's absolute chaos. So, you know, while you're moving through these goals, or like while you're achieving stuff, like take the pictures, have the memories, try and use that to like remember the experience, because we could be looking back in December, that's the right month, in December in 12 months time and being like, what a whirlwind.
I know, it'll be so good though. I'm gonna take so many pictures. I was saying to you the other day, we were talking about that's instantly when you say about pictures, I was just thinking about prep, and I was like, gonna be little documentation going on there.
I do need to clear some of the pictures that I've got on my phone though, because I
think just get a new phone.
I have 61,000 photos.
61?
Yes.
61,000? Yes.
And I'm here like, oh my God, my phone is being so slow today. Like,
no, wait, I've got 61,000.
Yes,
are you taking the piss?
61,623 photos at the minute.
Where do you have the space? I've got 20,000
on my phone. I literally have to buy more storage all the time.
Do you ever delete?
Well, this is what I need to do. I need to go through and.
Oh, so you just buy storage? Yeah. I delete.
I do need to delete quite a few, but yeah.
Bloody
I think it's
hell.
just because it's like check-ins and training and like all of that. Like I can't get rid of that, but I'll go through and sort that.
I'm so bad. I'm like, it's on WhatsApp and I'll delete.
Yeah.
And mine doesn't go anywhere. So I feel like yours is ready if you ever need it for a reel or whatever like that. Mine just sits in the shadows.
I know it does. Like our training reel from 5 weeks ago. Probably more than now.
What was that one?
We did a glute session, I'm sure, and you were like, oh, make a nice reel out of it, let's film it.
You know, I have got it.
Yeah, it's in a drafts folder.
Yeah, I looked at it. Do you know what? It's because I looked at it.
We can't even post that anymore because that, like.
Yeah, my hair's different now.
Oh, yeah, guys, I don't even train like
guys,
that anymore.
I got a fringe now.
Oh.
I forgot. forgot to say. If you haven't seen it already, I got a fringe. Well,
And
not
a
really
cute
big.
little outfit on. I would say do a twirl, but then you'll be out of frame. So
Oh yeah. Oh, I don't know what happened. Oh, I bashed my shin. I've got a black skirt on,
yeah.
and then they're both Vanquish, and then I'm just showing the viewers if you're listening on Spotify. So sorry. Oh no, they can see it on Spotify.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got a black little Vanquish number on.
I didn't even know that those
These
videos
really
on
really
Spotify.
nice trainers of mine.
Yes, you're welcome.
No, they're mine.
I literally walked in the studio today with a bag of 4 trainers because we couldn't decide what shoes we were going to wear.
I know. It's because I was like, I don't know where my.
I don't think they can even see our shoes. Here we go.
No, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very off-brand because I was like,
It's okay, I got you.
I know.
I'm full pink.
When you were like, oh no, wear black, it's cute. I was like, okay, is that not a bit off-brand? And you come in all full pink, and I was like, oh. Actually, it's kind of on brand.
Yeah.
I match the wall.
Yeah. So yeah,
Where
that's
did we go there?
how to set your goals.
Yeah. Yeah. Realistic goals.
Yeah.
Realistic goals.
Yeah. Give yourself time
Mm.
and space and positive energy,
Good people, good vibes.
good intentions.
Yeah. Good time.
Hakuna Matata.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Anything else you want to add, Meal Dog?
What for this week?
Yeah.
No, I'll give you a.
I mean, for the rest of the year if you want.
Oh, that's it. I sign out. Done. One blood. One blood.
Blood.
Do you know what's so funny? We were driving here today, and we weren't even in bad moods. We were just like chatting shit in the car because it was like, oh, this is happening.
We
and
needed
this
to
has
get it out
happened.
the
and we needed to get it
system.
out. And I remember driving thinking, God, what if this pod is just not it today? And I feel like every time we sit in these seats, I just laugh. So then it's life is restored.
Life is okay.
Life is okay.
I said this last week, like, we just turn up for therapy, really.
We really do. Like, you bought me a Yorkie bar today, and I was like, I can't even eat it because I'm dieting, but thanks so much. You're like, I've got
I just
one.
bought it and then I got to the checkout and I was like, you stupid idiot. She can't even eat it. It's a thought
it
that
was
counts.
cute.
I did get you actual chocolate for your oats, though, too.
I might
so-
just put a Yorkie bar on it, you know.
Yeah.
I got my
At least
fats
one
into it.
square.
I'm excited. I got
If it fits your macros.
oats today. Yeah,
I actually bought some turkey bacon, too, because I was going to have a millie breakfast.
love a toast. I had
And
that
then
this
I
morning.
thought about making eggs and I was like, what? I'm not sure.
I got no. This is a
I'm gonna try
realistic
something.
goal.
It is a
Yeah.
realistic goal.
Something new.
10 eggs in the bin.
Because if I crack an egg, you saw
That needs to be a goal of yours.
what to not have a meltdown when an egg cracks.
Yeah, to just eat the egg. The panic in your eyes, you're like,
Why though? Because if a goal of mine is to be really, really happy in 2025, if that makes me unhappy, why am I doing it?
because it's just an egg. Nothing bad is going to happen. Still food, isn't it? It's still protein.
It gives me it's still protein. It's
Yeah.
still an egg.
It's still goodness.
As long as it's not snotty, I'll eat it.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah. I think that's why I binned it, because basically, for listeners, I cracked an egg and it just broke, and then it was snotty everywhere, and it's one of those where it didn't even break when it's not because the yolk broke, it was because it was just snotty, and I was like, this is just a mess. I was like, I should have just scrambled it, but I did a new one, and that's the thing I used to do in prep, because that was like my only food, and if the egg was gone, then so was I.
I was actually going to buy some
Eggs.
white fish the other day. You know when you just really fancy it?
Yeah.
Like sea bass or like bassa. Love a bit of bassa in the air fryer. Oh my God, it's so nice. But then I thought, I'm going to save myself because in a couple of months that'll be all I'm eating.
Well, I absolutely love that, because my mum used to make it. If we're going into a cooking segment of this pod,
May as well.
Mum used to make it, steam it, all like Thai styled, and then we'd have sticky rice on the side. Would be one of my fave meals.
Yeah.
Love it. Bit of mango.
Or like the black cod they do in Tattoo.
Oh my God, yeah.
So good. But yeah, I'll stick with my chicken and rice for now.
Should we tell everyone about your potential birthday plans?
I think we should wait because I'm not sure what we're doing.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll say that for next week.
Oh, sorry guys.
Yeah.
You'll have to come back.
Yeah. Stay tuned. As if anyone gives a shit about what I'm doing for my birthday anyway. Oh, me,
I'm
myself,
like,
and I.
I'm like, holiday,
Yeah.
please.
Oh, one thing we can mention, because it was a big goal of mine.
What?
Obviously, the posing seminar
Oh my God,
has
yeah.
been announced. So that is really, really exciting.
Ooh.
So maybe I'll leave a link in the description for the tickets, because this episode
Yes.
will be out before the seminar anyway. So that is really, really exciting.
Oh my God, I'm
so
so
excited for that.
excited. So excited.
So that is February the 9th, 11:30 till 2 at Pineapple Studios in London.
Talk us through.
Honestly, like, my inner child was screaming at the time of like planning this, because like obviously I grew up dancing and Pineapple Dance Studio, and like just everything that is associated with that building, like it's so iconic, and like Louis Spence, and oh my God, I'm just so excited. So yeah, that's my first like goal ticked of 2025. I'm sat here like the year started so badly, like,
No,
girl,
it's mad. Do you remember the other day?
it's been 9 days of chaos, but like,
yeah, good, positive.
everything else in the background is going okay.
I literally, when you said, I was like, because each one has been like gone wrong. I think I said something the other day, and I was just like, shut up. I was like, you've had this gone on, you've had this gone on. Remember all the wins, like life, because you were like, just wake me up in 26. I was like, shut up, 25.
Yeah, like,
it's
I'm
pretty
ready
good.
for it to be over. And
You
I
got
was
it.
like, no, it's fine.
It's
I think it's just like it feels a lot when it's all going on at once, and that's why I said like wanted to say at the beginning, like if it hasn't started how you wanted the year to start, like it's okay, just give yourself a breather. We're literally 9 days in, you know, we've got 350. Quick math, I don't know.
Wouldn't want it any other way. I don't trust the peace. I don't trust peace. I don't trust quiet.
Yeah. Well, we're working.
What's that thing?
We're working.
What's it called?
Working in the shadows.
I mean, always, always, guys. No, what was that thing? No, I just remembered a meme. I thought it was a quote, and it was a meme, and it was like, "I don't want peace, only problems." You know that one?
No.
Oh,
We'll add it in here.
What? Oh no, we won't. We'll cut this right out because you don't get it. And it was one of those when you got to explain it.
Just
It's not as
like,
funny.
I got crickets
Only
going on in my head.
problems.
No,
It's like
sorry. But anyway.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't trust peace because when life gets too good, I'm like, whoa, slow it down. Because then there's chaos.
Yeah.
We thrive in it. But I'm just excited to mini cut. I think that's been my excitement this week. Gonna take myself through that one, guys. Forgot to mention that. I'm coaching myself through this little diet.
I think you said it last time, but yeah.
Oh,
it's going to
just-
be a good learning curve.
Yeah.
Especially like
For myself.
for yourself.
No more.
Little before and afters.
Yeah.
Little
I need to
updates
take
on the
the
grid and...
I need to do the befores. I'll do. Yeah. Updates on the grid.
Have you not taken pictures?
I will this check-in day.
Well, when was your last check-in day?
It's
Last week.
normally on Saturdays.
Okay.
So I started on Monday.
Okay.
So
Have you got any from Saturday though?
No.
No.
No,
That's
no.
good.
I'm not going to take them. No. We
Here's
start.
my pictures from halfway through. Right, take some this Saturday.
No, I am going to take them all on Saturday and videos and stuff in the gym as well. But sitting at a whopping 80 kg.
Yeah.
She's thick. She's mass.
That's what we want.
Yeah. Oh my God, no, I need to tell you about this as well. This happened this morning. So this regular came in, buckle yourself in, sit in, get your popcorn ready, right? This lady, she's always comes to my classes, little old lady. She's really lovely. She always like has like little conversation. She comes in early, gets on the little bike, she toodles along before she goes in for her class. And I was PTing this morning, had like 2. And I think it was like, must have been 7:30 when she got in. She came over and she talked about the snow. And she goes, when's your next competition? Because like she asked me every time, almost every time. And I think she forgets that I say next year or like whenever. And I'm like, not yet. And she was like,
I mean, you have been saying next year since like last year, so that's probably why.
no, it was always 26.
It wasn't.
Yeah. I was like, the earliest we would do would be like late 25. But even then I was like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I haven't actually. But yeah, I just say next year. But yeah, imagine he gets 2029. Yeah, next year, brother. Next year, brother. And she just sighed and she went, oh, so you're just going to get bigger? And I was like,
Yes.
and I went, well, no, I am like dieting down now. She went, oh, good. And I went, what you trying to say? You trying to? And I laughed, thinking like, oh, she'll try and cover it up. And I was like, what are you trying to say? I'm getting fat. She went, well, I didn't want to say. And I just went, I died. And I went, oh, right. And I was like, there was no soft blow in that one there, was it? Like, trying to make a joke of it. And she was like laughing. She was like, no. She was like, but I was just saying, you know, like, and I, like, it was just, she was like, well, you know, because it's mad what you do to then get bigger. And like, it doesn't wrap around her head that like a girl wants to get
bigger
yeah. for her. Because it's obviously, she's
yeah,
obviously been brought up to be smaller. And I was like, no. And I showed her a picture and I was like, this is, when I say diet down, I was like, this is what dieting down for a prep looks like. And she looked at the picture, she went, oh, you're not going to do that now, are you? And I was like, no. She was like, God, no. She was like, that's too small, that's too skinny. She was like, no. She was like, oh God. And I was like, no, exactly. And I was like, shall I show you what I look like with 20 kilos on? And she was like, yeah. I showed her. She was like, oh, that's much better. She was like, you look normal there. And I was like, thanks. And I was like, I'm actually a little bit heavier than that now, but yeah.
And exactly what I was meaning by
I was like,
having the right people around you.
Yeah, I was like, that's not healthy. I was like, I'm just doing it. And then I was like, I'll bulk back up again. And she was like, again? And I was like, love. So
this is your time to go. Have a nice day.
I was like, you enjoy your class, babes. And I'll see you on Tuesday. She is a little sweetheart, but like, she doesn't get it.
Here's to taking up more space in 2025.
Physically.
Yeah.
I'm just going to get large.
Here's to being too big.
In it.
That's my goal.
Dream.
Yeah. Not really, but...
No.
Anyway.
Oh, should we wrap up there?
Live, laugh, love.
Stay tuned for Han's birthday celebration plans next week. I know you'll all be...
I'm just going to sit and... Oh my God, one thing I do want to add. This was actually so funny. You know how people were doing like the Tesco's wrapped thing?
Stop.
Mine is actually too hilarious. Like, tell me you prepped without telling me you prepped. Okay, so my most bought items of 2024.
Yeah.
468 of these plum and pear water bottles.
Wild.
Yeah, item number 2 was 106 bags of lettuce.
Mine was 111.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And number 3 was 39 packets of jasmine rice.
That's hilarious.
Hydrated queen is all I can say.
And carved up.
On rice and lettuce.
Thursday afternoon.
Yeah. So yeah, anyway, that is what we'll leave it on. So
oh my God.
Stay hydrated.
Well, I had...
Have good... Oh yeah, you can
I was like, can I not wrap up mine?
No.
It's too blonde.
Go on.
No, I'm sure I know. Mine was pretty much the same, bar instead of rice, it was apples.
Oh yeah.
Had lettuce as my top one, and considering I wasn't prepping, I had 111 bags of lettuce.
And 86, was it, packets of apple?
Yeah. 86 pack, and I was like, I swear that must have started from like last September, because I only started buying these from like September time. Yeah. And then I only started buying the lettuce from September time on my new meal plan, because it was just chicken wraps twice a day. Chicken wraps. And so, yeah, apple packs, 2 a day. Anyways, we'll leave you on that wraps. So guys, if you enjoyed the pod, if you made it this far,
what are they commenting? A leaf.
A leaf.
I just looked at that. Comment with a leaf.
Oh.
Or a snowman.
I think 100 sign.
Oh God. Okay,
go on, G's.
Yeah.
Get them in. Get the hundreds in. Come on, G's. No, give them something. Comment plum and pear. Okay.
Just comment whatever you want.
Please, anything.
Just leave a comment.
leave a comment. Like, subscribe, reshare, talk about it. If you're
talk about
not
us.
Nice things, please. I'm sensitive.
Yeah.
And if you are not following our Instagram, why not get following that, please? 2 blondes are better than 1.
I think the handle is like 2
blondes a pod. It is. Also our own handles, Millie_Sharwood.
Han Cuthbert Bikini. I need to learn that because I forget.
Yeah, I was going to say, you don't trust yourself for that one.
No, I'm like,
yeah.
So
I'm going to stop because I'm getting delirious at this point.
I know, I'm hungry.
Yeah. Shock. On that note, have a lovely Monday, Tuesday, Friday, whatever day you're listening to this.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, was it Thursday?
Yeah, today.
Yeah, I thought it was Monday.
Oh. Happy
Goodbye.
2026.